Become a channel member and support the content. You also get access to exclusive videos. You'll get an emote next to your name in the comments. The link for that can be found next to the subscribe button or in the description. And beat the random lottery that is FIFA points by buying the coins direct from u7buy.com. Use code TVM at checkout for a 5% discount, or if you're a new customer, get 8% discount. The link is down below. What is going on, guys? Tim here. Welcome back to a brand new video, and it's the first FUT What If review on the channel, and of course it is going to be the objective player. Francesco Caputo, 3-star skills, 4-star weak foot, high-low work rates, which is very underrated in this game, 5'11", which is a decent height, and the best birth year you could probably ever hope for. Now, with that being said, the skill moves I'm going to come to first off, because if Sassuolo scores 6 goals in the next 5 games, which is very possible, I am not sure what happens to the upgrade. It'll go to an 89 because we get a +2. However, do we get 4-star skills, or are they just going to completely ignore that and we're going to have to stick with the 3-star skills? Because in my opinion, if it was going to go to 4-star, they should explain it to people, because it could be the difference between you doing it and not wanting to do it. This card as 4-star, 4-star would be so much better. It would be a completely different story than it is at 4-star, 3-star. Maybe just me being a little bit, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, thinking about it too much, but when playing in this game with a player like this, who's good in front of goal, who's good in terms of his dribbling and agility, and his physicals are really nice, and he's got the pace. Okay, maybe it's not as amazing as it could be, but it still pace is there. The frustrating thing about this is he's not the complete package because he does lack that 4-star skills. Now, with that being said, like I've already mentioned, he does have the finishing, the agility, and all the rest of it. So how does that translate? Well, 88 acceleration, 89 sprint speed is decent. We can stick a chem style on him. I went for the Hawk. You could go for the Hunter if you want to. The Hunter is probably the most popular one, but it depends on what you want to get out of this card. So for me personally, I don't know how often I'll use it, because I just tend to rotate around different players that are sort of in at the time, and I'll do reviews on them and such. I will revisit this if Sassuolo scores 6 in 5, and we will have a look at the 89 to see if A, he has 4-star skills now, or B, whether it's just an improvement in general. But either way, I give him a Hawk, a little bit of a boost in strength, and of course that finishing and the pace gets a tiny little upgrade into the 90s. Finishing's already at 90, positioning 93. That positioning and the work rates, unreal. The combination is fantastic. We've got Baggio there giving him a hard link, and then of course Zidane making up the difference. And of course I am reviewing Waldschmidt and Alaba in this as well. So if you're wondering why that team looks a little bit weird in places, is because I'm trying to give chemistry to all of those cards. Although Alaba is not on full chem in that picture, but I do end up switching piece check around so that he does end up on full chem. A lot of the clips between him and Waldschmidt are the same. So in the Waldschmidt review, which I'll put out probably tomorrow, I may play a few more games just to sort of vary it up a little bit, because both of those were up front in a 2-striker formation, and I tell you what, they worked really well together. I have a video coming out soon, I hope, that is going to showcase a way of passing. It's obvious. Well, maybe it's not obvious, but I think a few people may have mentioned it in the past. And you may notice what it is in this video. But there's a way of passing in this game which completely bamboozles defenders and just players in general. It's pretty, like, once you start using it, you're like, I don't understand how this works, but it does. And I'll do a video on it soon. Caputo with an absolute banger from distance. He's got 78 long shots, by the way. Of course, we've got a Hawk chem still on him, so things here or there are improved, but for the most part, he shouldn't be banging in goals like that, but he is. And of course, this isn't in a mode where we're up against sort of weak teams or weak silvers or anything like that. He does have the 4-star weak foot, and of course he is right-footed, so the fact that he managed to put that in there with his left foot, it surprised me a little bit, because yes, he should have a decent weak foot, but not good enough to be able to score from that angle. He feels very quick. He's not the quickest player I've ever used, but the combination of his work rate, the acceleration that he already has with the boost from the Hawk, and the agility makes him feel a lot faster. And I know a few people might be questioning why work rate has anything to do with him feeling faster. Well, it's actually the work rate and the positioning, and I've mentioned it a few times, and I'll mention it again for those who didn't see any one of those videos. If a player has a high-low work rate, they have absolutely no desire whatsoever to come back and defend. None. They just want to attack. So every time you get the ball, they are bombing forward to try and get in behind the back line because all they want to do is get forward. With 93 positioning, it means he's going to be in the right place at the right time 93% of the time, pretty much. So that's nearly all the time he's going to be in the right place at the right time. With that work rate of wanting to get forward, he is constantly on the shoulder of the last defender, ready to go, holding the line because his positioning is that good, and he's constantly there in the final third. And then with that acceleration and the little boost that we've given it, he's just constantly there. You can play the ball forward and you can guarantee that he is in a very good position. He was there at the top of the picture. He wasn't the one that got the goal. It was Waldschmidt in the end. But he was at the top of the picture in a fantastic position for a little dink over the top, and he would have been in. And that is down to the work rate, the positioning, and the acceleration. And that is invaluable. Not every card has that. Not every player has that ability. In there again, positioning, bit of speed to get the ball. Gets taken down, it's soft, but he wins a penalty. His penalties are 86, which is decent. And if you put him in the top corner like that and time them, chances are the goalkeeper is not going to save them, which is always nice. The only chance, or the only time rather, that I don't score penalties is when my opponent literally gambles and moves to his left or to my right before I even take the penalty. That's the only way you can ever save that timed penalty into the top corner, is if they move a little bit, like they take a step to that direction and then dive. Because if they just dive from a standing start, they will not reach it. They just won't have the reach in them to do it. They have to take that little step. So if you see that they've taken the step just as you're about to kick the ball, if you let go of the stick holding the direction, it should just bounce into the middle, and then you should just kick it straight down the middle. So if you practice penalties, you should be able to score them, I would say 99% of the time. Caputo, is he any good, or is he Caputo? I'd say what I did there. I like him. Bear in mind as well, this has the potential to go to an 89. As it stands, lack of 4-star skills really does frustrate me. Not a fan of it at all. But apart from that, there isn't really anything wrong with the card. I don't know if it's going to be a card good enough to go into your team for, you know, the fact that he's just not that high rated and his stats are good, but they're not as good as maybe some other cards on the market. Composure might let him down here or there. The passing potential for a cam is what that con is, and if you want to play him as like a centre forward or a cam, he's going to need the upgrade. He's going to need a boost in passing, but as soon as he gets it, fingers crossed he does, this could be a really good card. So I think it would be worth unlocking, not necessarily for the 87, but for the potential that the 89 holds. I wish EA would let me know, or let us know rather, whether the skill moves will be upgraded to 4-star or not, but as they haven't said anything, you'd have to assume that they won't be. But that is honestly the only real negative about this card. I actually really enjoyed myself. I would recommend it, even as an 87. But as an 89, I am really looking forward to it. Let me know what you think of the card in the comment section down below. If you have enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Join the Betting Rebellion and find out what your football knowledge is really worth.